Welcome, anime enthusiasts, to Squad Nero, the ultimate destination for
All
all
I
things
see is
anime.
Evo.
Whether you're a seasoned otaku or just taking your first steps into the captivating world of Japanese animation, you found your
Where
home.
the Sage
I'm Rob,
music?
aka Sage. With me today, I have Niall, aka Crocco's Corner, Chef D, and T Smooth, your guides
Oh,
through the
there it
vast
goes.
realms of creativity, epic adventures, and heartfelt stories that anime, animation, and gaming have to offer. Join us each week as we dive deep into the latest releases, explore hidden gems, and discuss the hottest topics in the Blur community. Get ready for a journey filled with laughter, tears, and the unbridled passion that makes anime a truly unique art form. Without further ado, let the anime odyssey begin. Yo, at some point in time, I gotta redo that damn intro. Because it make no sense why I put so much emphasis and dive deep.
What is only you notice? Why do you gotta notice stuff like that? It's okay. It's
Nah,
fine.
man,
I thought
that's
you
how.
wanted to add something to it, take away
It
something.
is-
You said, nah,
I
it's better
said
to
Yeah, I
dive
dive
wanted to
deep.
take
deep.
away. Yeah, that joke was a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
I
As we
said
dive deep,
dive deep.
dramatic pause. Dude, like I was subconsciously doing that. Hey, but regardless though, welcome to episode 31. I'm pretty sure this is the last episode before DreamCon.
The kind of dream, baby.
Hey,
Woo
whoever came
woo.
with those claps came in crucial right there. I was looking for it. The last one before DreamCon. We're super excited. But first off, I want to ask everybody. First of all, welcome everybody that's in the chat right now. Appreciate y'all. If y'all want to say anything, if y'all got something to get off y'all chest real quick, if y'all got a favorite podcaster within our group,
It's
let
me.
us know
It's always
right
me.
now.
It's always me.
Yeah, all right. I don't know.
It's me. It's
I
always
think
me.
I think a couple of us could give you a run for your money.
You sure about that?
Regardless, week 31. This is your channel. You might got it.
I'm,
But
I'm,
I'm
I'm
just
on here on
fucking.
my Usher game right now. I'm just saying. I'm still burning till you return. Just.
I'm just fucking.
Oh!
I was about to the DreamCon questions with these questions. That first question is a doozy. I ain't gonna lie, but
We're not
how's
about to
everybody's week
go
so
over
far?
any questions for DreamCon. We're saving that for when we get that vlog together and people can be like, wow, you really asked that?
We got two at the bottom of this.
Don't worry
For the
about that. We're going to add more to it.
how's the week for everybody so far going into DreamCon?
Bruh,
Um,
I'm excited. I literally my cosplay should be just about done. My kimono should be done either tomorrow or Tuesday. Then I got finish up getting a couple things. My hat comes in for my Parappa the Rapper cosplay and the Carolina blue shirt. I got my Spider Man sneakers I'm wearing instead of just wearing all red sneakers to go with the cosplay. Um, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hyped to be able to network with people, be able to get our name out there. The mics gonna be coming in. I thought they were coming in Wednesday. They're coming in Monday and Tuesday on two separate days. I don't know why, but it's coming in, so we're gonna be lit for that. Um, whew, it's gonna be a time, and to be able to spend it with my brothers, I y'all, and then my brothers from school, my brothers from up here, like it's gonna be a time. It's gonna be a time.
yeah.
It's gonna be a time.
Anybody else? All right, Derek, go ahead.
Oh, I'll go. Yeah, so I'm excited. Finally, y'all, I'm not living like Jack Reacher from hotels and Airbnbs. Finally moved into a crib. Damn, y'all
Ooh.
hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I said, like Jack Reacher. You ain't watch Jack Reacher?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he only believe in motels and cash, whatever.
Yeah,
This
you
is
was
like
looking like that.
finally, yes,
Mm-hmm.
finally my new crib, right in time for DreamCon, so I'm feeling good about it.
There you go.
What about you now?
I was sick. That's all I got,
Uh,
really. I was
Nigga
sick,
had
dude.
the
I've been
bug.
sick. I had this. Yeah, that's 100% exactly correct. I had the SpongeBob suds. So I'm still sweating. I'm getting better. I feel good now. Thank you guys for knocking out the show last week without me. Now I'm chilling though. I'm good. I mean, I'm excited. I got my costumes in last week. I ended up getting one on the fly second, and it's my favorite. So I'm really excited about that. And outside of that, yeah, like what T said, it'll be nice get to see all of the boys, different people from different areas of my life and whatnot too. So it's like, yeah, I'm rolling.
Man, this joint about the. I've been trying to not to think about it too much because I feel like that's gonna waste the potential of the actual thing.
Hmm.
Instead of just trying to think about what's gonna happen, just live within the moment. I think it's gonna be good. It's giving me opportunity to see some friends that I met last year, see some friends that I met in college, type of thing. See some people that I haven't seen in quite some time. Get lit with some anime. See some Black excellence live and full and direct, and then network some more. I think it's about to be a super charged up weekend. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't I don't know if I'm be able to keep up, but I'm gonna try my damnest.
You ain't gonna be able to keep up. Man,
Bruh, DC packed me up, and that was only 3 days stay.
don't
Damn.
worry. I got something for you.
Oh, see,
I got something for you. Remember, camel backpack,
this
hydration pack. I got you.
this what I'm
I
talking about.
got
See?
you. I'm gonna buy one personal for you and make it just for you.
All right,
Hold on, T. Gers boy sent you 10 squats.
Nope, that was already
that was
done. That
good.
was the previous stream. Don't pack that up on me now. Don't do that.
He was like, you got
no,
work to do.
no. Matter of fact, now that you bring that up,
Yo, word, yo, word. You know what? Let me say this. You better not pull that trigger because honestly, health is wealth, and we are all brothers here. So if you do that, we all doing 10.
Yeah, okay.
you ain't said nothing but a word.
This all for one for all.
Yes,
I
sir.
just I
I
just
don't
had
like
a
no,
hike.
I don't like that.
Nah, son.
Yeah, I
Nah.
just had a hike too.
Nah,
I'm
son.
good.
Nah, son.
The hammies is warmed up. Let's believe
Uh-oh.
Oh,
that.
so you gonna do it with me? Let's do it. Call it. Go ahead.
I gotta figure out how to do the chat. Hold on.
Don't worry, cause I'll match your 10. Remember, I can put 10 up there.
Man, talking hot, bruh.
Say it ain't nothing but a word. It ain't nothing but a word. What the dab?
Let me him
I'm about to have this nigga do Simon said.
there you go.
Hit the wall.
Rob Gigacoins was, what's that called when your card don't work? Decline.
Word. All right.
Well,
Method to
That's
your
all you,
madness.
brother.
No, you're doing it with me. You
Nah,
said the
that's all you,
hammies.
brother.
Nah, son. You doing it with me.
The hammies is too warmed up.
That's the whole point. Knock these 10 push-ups out with me and do these 10 squats. You the one that want to do it.
That's all you, brother.
Nah, son. You said you was gonna do it.
Alright, why we doing that? What would y'all recommend? This is for Nile and D. What would y'all
And
recommend to watch?
we'll come back
this
after
week?
we're done.
He
is
said
this something new?
Might as well all do this shit at this point.
I'm good.
She said I'm good.
Nah, my thing is, go ahead, y'all say like what any animes y'all watched this week. Anything
Okay.
y'all recommend. We'll be right back. Give us like 2 minutes.
2
Do you want to go
minutes.
first?
No, you go first. You go first.
Okay. I was kind of talking to y'all about it before, a little bit off cam. Let me make sure I got the name right of it because I mess up names all the time. Um, I know it's Wistoria is what it starts with. Wistoria Wand and Sword. That is it. It's an anime that just recently came out. I don't know anything about it. But from the first episode, I was hooked into it. It is kind of similar to Masho, where it's about like mages in this case, and the main character doesn't have any powers like Masha. But he is like he the real deal. Like it's like it's literally a serious Masha. That's the best way I could describe it. But I really would recommend. I like just the story of it so far. The art is beautiful. Like it's probably, and y'all know I'm a sucker for like Tower of God, and Tower of God has been pretty good this so far this anime season. I think it's the best art, period. Like any action shown in anime this year, possibly this year. That's a stretch to say. Definitely this season, maybe this year. I will put the animation up there with like Kaiju number 8. I will put the animation up there with Demon Slayer. I will put the animation up there with Solo Leveling. Um it's just been something where like it they use everything. They don't waste any element of the action and the art scenes from the action. And like the first episode was just kind of like chill. The second episode, we really got to see like a fight happen. And if that's the first fight they given us this season, and that's like the light work stuff, I really am excited to see what's to come with it. It's on episode 3 though. Let me see if it's on Crunchy. It is on Crunchyroll. For people who watch their anime consumption through Crunchyroll, it is there for you to watch with Story of Wand and Sword. Yeah, that's all
Oh,
it's
that's the name
called.
of the anime with story of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wand and Sword. Mm-hmm.
What about you, D?
I was moving. I didn't get to watch nothing.
That's why he's like, go first, go first.
Valid excuse. Very valid
Did you
excuse.
watch anything? Read a book or something?
Man, I ain't do nothing. I literally just got everything out of storage just now, so finally got everything moved in. But no, I've been moving for like the past 5 days.
All right.
I'll
Respect.
have something. I have something for the next show. I'll have something watched.
All right. I would say like I watched a couple things this week, and even not anime related. Caught the final season of The Boy, which we plan on talking about.
Yeah.
Final season of The Boys. It ended, bruh. But I'm gonna say my thoughts on it. I've been catching up on some manga. Read Boruto, Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi. I'm really enjoying that. The way that's starting off. It's giving me. It's like serious. It's like One Punch Man if he was serious but scared to fight at the same time. That's how I
Ooh.
see it. It has the comedy there, but at the same time, you know this homeboy. The homeboy is OP, but at the same time, he's scared of the ghost and the demon he got to fight. So it's like the fight could be happening. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared," and then something happens, and something just like click, and then he just comes out there and just like literally blows the demon up, and I'm like,
Okay.
"No, he did not." And what was it? I'm catching up on Konosuba, reincarnate as a slime, because I'm just letting these season 3 shows build up, and I'm actually catching up on Mishoku Tensei. All solid animes. Highly recommend everyone to watch them if you have not watched it yet. Highly recommend it. It's worth it. Each one of them is straight fire. Especially one of my favorite scenes for any anime in history right now is going to reincarnate as a slime season 2 when Rimuru is fighting the other demon lord, and all of a sudden you see the dragon from the area come in, but he's like in human form. And when he's fighting home, like one of the other demons in the thing with Rimuru, you just see him go Kamehameha, and Rimuru's like, "Wait, where'd you learn that from?" And the Lord Dragon Fedora goes, from the manga that you pretty much had in your head that I was reading and everything. So he did that, Shoryuken, Hadoken, and it had me like laughing hysterically. But overall, yeah, straight heat. I'm catching up on a lot of stuff when I get the chance to.
I say for mine would be My Hero Academia. It's a mainstream one, but
Mhm.
right now that animation and these fights have been going absolutely insane. For anybody, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. For anybody that was pissed off at Endeavor for being the whole ass nigga that he was moving to be, he has came back with a fucking vengeance. I'm letting you know this right
It's
now.
heat, bro. I'm telling you, it's heat.
I caught me off guard. I was like, man, I ain't about to watch this. This is a whole
I'm
bunch of
trying to
this
tell
is like
you.
some High School Musical, but niggas with powers. What was that
Trying to
one
tell
movie?
you.
With the high school that was floating in the sky, Sky High.
Yep.
Oh
That's what it
yeah.
feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anime version.
Yeah.
That's what it feel like. Anime version. But then once I seen this most recent one, I'm like, nah,
Trying to
nah.
tell you, bro. The whole season should be cooking. The whole season should be cooking.
Is this gonna be the final one, or
I don't
is this
know.
still the end
It's
of their
hard to
I,
battle?
tell.
so I say this. I do see where they could break it, but I'm a kind like I'm not gonna like it if they do that. But I think that's what they're gonna
They
probably
probably
do.
will just to make their money.
Yeah,
They got a movie coming out too. They gonna do that.
yeah.
All right, so we got that taken care of. I want to say let's watch this trailer before we talk about the boys because I feel like that's gonna be a long segment. So let's bust out this trailer for the last trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine. While you pull that up, I'm about to get these Timbits real
Let
quick.
me rewatch
It's gonna
it.
take me 2 seconds. So how long you gonna get them? It's gonna take you to get them tidbits.
Nigga, let me get them
Timbits, them
I had Timbits like
Timbits.
Man, I haven't had
years.
tidbits in them. I lied. I had tidbits the last time I was in Buff.
Yo, so let me get these Timbits.
He was like, "Whoa,
Bro.
whoa."
He's out there getting Timmy's bits.
Hey.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Nigga said
From
5 seconds.
from
He went
Timmy
to go make
Hoes.
some.
He's getting Timmy's bits from Timmy Hoes.
I don't know how to feel about that, T. Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Miss Robert.
Whatever.
Hey,
this
Miss
Anderson.
Robert is what he said.
I don't know your girl's name, so I just said, hey, Miss Robert.
I asked him in the chat again, and he was like, "Ignore it."
Yeah.
Don't put the government out there. Tell them off stream.
Yeah.
All right, so we ready?
You ready, Mr. Timbits?
Yeah.
Mr. Eating Timmy's bits, enjoying all of them.
Why you gotta keep doing that? Why you just gotta keep? He did it before too. It made us uncomfortable before, and he doubled down on it.
Nigga eating Timmy's bits.
So
Are
wild.
are they quite glazy in your mouth?
He like, all I want to do is enjoy my food. That's all I want to do.
Get some
I ain't
damn
had
pepper.
nothing to eat all day. The first thing I get to eat.
You chasing down donuts with water? Y'all niggas is different.
Yo, I
What
need
am I
I
supposed
need
to chase
almond milk,
down
son.
with?
Almond milk.
Milk?
Some cow milk.
Almond milk.
Cow
No,
milk is crazy. Nah, give me some plant milk, bro.
Nah, almond
Nigga,
milk, bro.
plant got no milk.
Give me coconut milk or almond milk.
Almond milk.
Forgot
Vanilla.
that was a point.
Vanilla.
Oh no, or oat milk. Oat milk is a goat.
Oat milk is
No,
that
it ain't.
boy.
No, it ain't.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
Straight disgusting.
Man, that's water and oats. That ain't milk.
Thank you.
Play that trailer, man.
All right, let's do this.
Drop that track.
I know I turn everything into a joke, but I care. I want to use that for something important. I waited a long time for this team up. In my world, you're well regarded. You were an X-Man. Fuck that, you were the X-Man. The Wolverine. He's a hero in my world.
Yeah, well, he ain't shit in mine. Scott used to beg me to wear this suit. So did Storm and Beast. But I couldn't have him thinking I wanted to be there. And it was too late.
It's only 9 people, but my entire world is right here in this picture. And I have no idea how to save it alone, but you know how to save them.
Whoever you think I am, you got the wrong guy.
You were always the wrong guy. Till you weren't.
Are you ready? Fuck yeah, I'm ready. I'm the Wolverine.
Stop it.
If Spider-Man is in that movie,
It got to be one of them. Tobey
Maybe.
Maguire or Andrew Garfield.
my pants are coming off.
Huh?
He gonna be in the theater like what?
Huh? Not next
I-
to me.
I'm not gonna lie to
Next to
you.
me, you
How
won't.
did the screen get so sticky?
Not
Yo.
next to me, you won't. I refuse.
If they have Tobey Maguire in this movie, I promise you, things will get messy.
Rob gonna come out of the movie changed for different reasons.
Bruh. Nigga, I'm calling off DreamCon at that point in time.
I'm going back home.
I done seen enough for today, for the
Oof.
weekend, for the
Bruh,
month, for the year.
Let's just talk about the masterpiece of that trailer.
My man said I ain't doing a pod for a whole month. This happens.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is gonna sound messed up, but hear me out. Just like hear me out. I spent thousands of dollars on DreamCon. I'm low key more excited for this movie than I am DreamCon right now. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I know that's
because
messed up.
Bruh.
That's because you ain't been yet.
That's true. That's true. That's very
Okay.
true.
This
But this
movie could have
trailer
been.
blew my mind. Blew my mind.
I'm telling you now, me and Now gonna be in that theater, losing
Crying.
our and we seen it in IMAX.
I'm gonna cry. I might cry. I might cry.
I'm gonna have to record
Not
our reaction
even
on some of the
things.
scenes.
It ain't even gonna be sad. I'm just gonna be crying like Marvel back. Marvel back.
We spoiling it.
5-year
bro.
hiatus.
We see it earlier. We spoiling the hell out of it as soon as we
I'm
get out
not
the
looking
Nah, during
at
No,
anything.
we
during
ain't
the
gonna
movie.
spoil that.
I won't look at my phone. I will simply text T on the side, like, all right, you ready to go?
I would text y'all individually. I would hit up y'all Instagram.
I'm going to
profile,
block
everything.
you on all platforms.
Everything.
I'll make a fake account.
Oh,
Be a fake streamer sending out spoilers.
I'm about to kick this. Yeah, I'm streaming.
man. That's like that's a Michael Jordan trailer.
I hope you know
That's
I'm
a-
gonna choke you, Sage. If you send any type of spoilers, I'm literally when I see
Don't
you at
say
the
that.
con,
Don't
I
let
am
him
going
get
to
to you.
choke
I'm
He
sending
is going to
picture
send
proof
it.
and everything, just in case y'all think a nigga lying.
Here's
Bro,
the
you know
thing.
what's crazy? This reminds me of. This is when Batman vs Superman came out, and we were going to see it Friday that it comes out. And my sister is leaving the mall with her friends, and she's like, "Derek, what's that movie with Batman and Superman? The one where Superman dies from that gray monster." I'm like, "That's like a cartoon." She's like, "No, I just went and saw it."
No!
I'm like, "Excuse me?"
You just spoiled this whole
I'm
thing.
like, "Excuse me, nigga?" Spoiled the whole movie. I was like, "Wait a minute, you describing some shit that don't sound like nothing I've seen." She said, "Yeah, and Batman shot him with the smoke and it turned green." I'm like, "Oh no,
You ain't
gotta
doing
stop.
this.
You
ain't
gotta
doing this
stop
right
now.
now.
Son, we scrapping. At that point, we scrapping.
But the great, she ain't even know I wanted to see the movie. She just like, "We just seen Superman die from this gray monster." I'm like, "Hold
I
up,
only love comic books my whole life.
I only waited for this movie for 3 years." Man.
You just ruined it in the course of 5 seconds. This is
That's
fucking world record.
crazy.
Yo.
But facts, like Niall saying, bro, that trailer like was damn near perfect. Like I get the whole tone that Deadpool always goes for, but this really shows the seriousness of something going on in this trailer. Like, yo, this is a different Wolverine. Deadpool relying on somebody else. Like this ain't no goofy shit. And it's like, damn, he ain't even got Colossus in him to bring along. So it's like, what happened in the movie where he don't got Teenage Warhead, he don't got Cable, he don't got Colossus, he don't got nobody with him that he had to go find Wolverine. And he's like, you know how to save this world. So now it's like, what did this Wolverine really go through and everything like that? But all the cameos and shit, like, this shit finna get crazy, bro.
Insane. Question too. What is that head? Nope, I'm not seeing anybody talk about what that giant head is. Is that just a sentinel?
It's
What,
Ant-Man.
No, that's
that was
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
It was Ant-Man.
Yeah,
It
we
was
talked about
confirmed
it
that it was
earlier
Ant-Man.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the first trailer,
The
they
first
showed it.
trailer that opened, it was Ant-Man. Everybody's like, yo, that's
Okay.
a big Cassandra Cain's base is like a big ass Ant-Man.
Yeah, it had the blood on the inside, so we knew it wasn't a sentinel, and then from the mask.
Okay. All right, thank you. Because I was sitting there, I'm like, what is that? Like, what? Like, I was just thrown off by that. But yeah, dude, like the tone, what, like the implications in this movie, you could tell just from the trailer is gonna be crazy. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what is going to happen, but whatever is going to happen is like this is gonna. I didn't. And Rob, you were kind of saying this before. I just couldn't like really see it, but now I'm starting to see it. Is this movie is going to have, I don't think necessarily scenes that are going to play, and I mean it still could. I'm not saying that it can't, but I don't know whether it's necessarily going to be scenes that are going to be playing into like the Avengers movies, but the tone itself, I feel like that's going to set the way for what to expect for like the big problems in these Avengers movies, and um that's exciting to me. It's just I I don't even have words. It's just exciting. Like the whole thing was so well done in just the trailer that I'm like, yeah, I just want to see this now. Like I can't wait to get to the point where I'm actually in the theater watching this movie.
It's gonna be a good ass time, man. Cause like y'all was saying, the cameos from the storyline, how D was saying that it's taking a more serious tone, even though the other Deadpools had their serious tones. That's what made them so great because they was able to dive into the serious tone and the comedic tone or the assholish tone and not make it seem like one was bigger than the other type of thing. But now they're making this third one, and it seems like it's a perfect blend, especially since they already was dropping Easter eggs. Ryan Reynolds was already dropping Easter eggs about this joint. It seems like he always wanted this, and it's come to fruition. And you already know that an artist who has been wanting to create something but just didn't have the necessary means to be able to make it, once they have that opportunity, they putting they all into it because they've been waiting on that opportunity. So I already know for a fact he put his blood, sweat, and tears in this, figuratively speaking, as well as I can't remember what the man's name is, Hugh Jackman, for his Wolverine character. And then on top of that, the cameos is just gonna be icing on the cake. To be honest with you, because I'm pretty sure we not gonna see them for that long unless we possibly see him for a little bit longer. We might get a Spider-Man cameo. It's certain cameos that might like be top echelon in terms of cameos that we've seen. But for the most part, them niggas gonna be in there for a little bit and be out. It's just gonna be Deadpool and Wolverine for the most part, it seems. And
Yeah,
just to
we
see
still don't
those two,
even know all of them. Like we don't
right?
even know all of them. We just had a speculation from this trailer and from what we've read and heard.
And
I
we,
also
from what we've
oh
seen in
go
these trailers, we've only seen like we've seen a lot of cameos from X-Men One niggas too. So it's like you got them, and they got Lady Deathstrike from X-Men Three, X-Men Two, even though she was dead, I thought. But like she's making the cameo, so it's like I guess it's Wolverine got the same, I guess the same rogues gallery, if you will, with villains and shit for these X-Men. But it's like, bro, we haven't really even seen much of this movie at all. Like that's the exciting part.
Man, that theater about to hear me. Every part, I'm reacting. Every part that makes me laugh, you gonna hear the giant chuckle out of my fat belly.
if your ass get kicked out, we spoiling it.
He gonna be kicked out alone. This is one of these movies where
He
if you
gonna be
get kicked
kicked out
out,
alone.
I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
I did
Honestly,
not give out
they
tickets.
did their thing with the setup of this movie. Every trailer gave us a little bit of everything, especially starting back in February when we got that first one from the Super Bowl. Leading up to this, the cameos that we're hearing this happening, the speculations of who's gonna be in it, the storyline. We're getting the TVA back instead of just letting it die after Loki. Like it's going to be wrapped up in one little ball of happiness, and we're going to literally be able to sit there and enjoy every moment, minute of 2 hours and 7 minutes of this movie. the
I
the
gotta.
the piece to resistance will be if we get a solid ending credit scene or even mid credit scene that sets us up for the better for what's to come for the rest of this phase. I would not be mad if they gave us something leading towards Secret Wars. And we know Secret Wars is not happening until after Kang Dynasty or X-Men versus the Avengers. Give us something for later on that we can talk about, and then we could be like, oh yeah, they mentioned that 3 years ago. Da 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 da. Like something like this movie is going to have jaws dropping. It's going to have like many people saying, "Oh, Disney really pushed the envelope with this." No, y'all, Disney did the right thing by keeping this the way it was. If they cookie cutter like dropped it down to PG-13, this movie would be utter dog trash. It would be garbanzo beans. But the way that Kevin Feige is like, and Disney, keep it rated R. This is the rated R movie I wanted. This is what we want to keep it as. We'll keep the same flavor. If parents want to take their children, parents want to take their children. We're going to leave it to them on that one. But we're going to keep the same formula, same flavor to keep this whole thing going. Ryan Reynolds can do Ryan Reynolds things with Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. He was Deadpool when he woke up from his nap. From his first nap, coming out his mama's womb. He is Deadpool. It don't matter. If any... I understand there's variants, but if you were trying to give me Ryan Reynolds Deadpool in the future, if Ryan Reynolds stops being Deadpool, I ain't watching it. I'm done. You got the perfect person to play this role, and he's willing to put himself out on the line to be able to put out quality work. I read somewhere on the first Deadpool movie, this man gave a part of his check to have the writers come on set and like work and have their own little writers room. When you have someone that can really love the role so much, love the movie so much to be able to put himself out there to make a quality product, there is nothing that can beat that. Nothing that can beat that. At the end of the day, I'm calling it now. This movie's gonna be a 9.7 out of 10.
You're like, let me rate this before I even go.
And the 0.3 is only gonna be the fact that I'm gonna eat all my daggone popcorn before the movie ends.
Yeah. I got a question though. Is somebody put it up on Twitter that what if Marvel isn't going the route of recasting Wolverine as a male, but instead
I'm okay with
using
that.
Daphne
23.
Keane as Weapon 23,
Honestly,
and her taking up the Wolverine mantle instead?
I'll be fine with that because
That's
we're
cool.
supposed to have young Avengers. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Imagine they do her Wolverine versus a version of Hulk.
That ain't gonna work.
Her Wolverine gonna kill She-Hulk, hopefully.
Yeah. I think her
Yeah, I
versus
wouldn't be
Hulk
mad at
would
that.
be crazy.
It would
bro.
have to be her versus She-Hulk. You can't have her going against like a Bruce
Yes,
Banner
you
Hulk.
can.
No,
Yes, you can.
You know, wait a minute. Since
Yes,
since
yeah.
She-Hulk came out, what movies and TV shows have been coming out after She-Hulk?
nothing.
It was it was a couple
Oh,
things
Echo.
that came out after She-Hulk.
Echo is the only one.
No, it was another one if I'm not.
Oh,
Maybe a
Echo
What
and
If.
Loki. Echo and
And
Loki.
then
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm like,
a couple
wait a minute,
movies.
bro. With these new Avengers, they have to bring in Hulk's son at some point, even though it was a very
Yeah, I think that's gonna be Young
unfortunate-
Avengers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk's son has to play a role. Thor, oh shit, they did that. Thor: Love and Thunder. So the girl, she's gonna be on the team because that's Thor's adopted daughter. Then you
And the
got
new Guardians of the
X-23.
Galaxy, if they do bring them in.
Is there any word on that movie?
Mm-mm.
Because I really feel like they wait until they can introduce Miles Morales before they do Young Avengers.
You think so?
I really do kind of get that feeling.
I don't think so.
You know who
I
would be
think-
perfect to play Miles?
Who
I'm
would be
just-
the
like,
leader?
my thing is, side note though, you know who would be perfect to play Miles Morales?
Cool.
Did y'all watch Cobra Kai?
No.
No.
Okay, there's this one black boy. He's now like 17, 18 right now in the show. I think he might be 17, 18, maybe 19 in real life. Bruh, he would be perfect to play Miles. This man already going through karate training.
Dallas Dupree Young?
Yes.
Yeah, I just looked right at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can play Miles.
He can play Miles. If you
I'm
need
looking at a
someone-
recent
you need
picture of
someone
him.
young that's pretty much supposed to learn under Peter and not have someone that looks like a grown man Like I understand homeboy that voices Miles wants to play him. Bruh. You can play his uncle. You can play his uncle if that's the case. But Childish
The
Gambino already
sad
got that
part
on lock.
is, the sad part is, this dude already look older than Tom Holland. They gonna have to bring back Tobey Maguire or one of these other Spider-Man.
Who
Yeah.
Dallas Dupree?
They gonna have to bring. Yeah, he already look older than
Nah,
Tom
Tom. If
Holland.
Tom get a little like beard or something like that, I feel like he'll look older. All he need is a little bit more facial hair.
That boy look young.
You do.
He look too young, bro. They got too young over Spider-Man.
I thought that nigga
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
look
go
at a
to-
recent picture. No. Let me look at a recent picture of him. He
He
just got
probably
that
do look
curly
older.
hair. That's it. His version of growing up ain't gonna be a mustache. It's gonna be curly hair.
Nigga now said I do not like his archetype.
I do. I just they gonna have to bring if you supposed to have a whole training arc with like Miles Morales in the live action, you gonna have to bring back one of the other Spider-Man. It's
But
just not gonna feel right having Tom Holland be
but
like,
here's the thing
yeah,
though.
son.
If okay, remember a while back when we were talking about the Spider-Man movie, and I had the idea of like in like a later movie, like in the next Spider-Man movie, the animated one, whenever we get that, which will probably won't be till
Next year, right?
hopefully next year. Remember, it was supposed to come out this year, but the whole thing with the writers, they did them dirty. So my thing is, if they have that ending cutscene where he goes to the Spider Verse, ends up in the MCU, he wakes up. Does he really need training at that point? Because he's pretty much got it down pat. If we're carrying over the Miles from Spider Verse, we probably can go with homeboy as Miles Dallas Dupree.
Yeah.
If they go with that one, he doesn't need to train. The only thing
'Cause he
Spider-Man just
already
need to
would've,
show him
right?
is the area that they're in. Like, where what would be cool is he runs into himself, but in a different in that different timeline that he's in. Runs into him, sees his mom. Like, if his mom's supposed to be the one that dies in this one instead of his dad, due to the whole cataclysm. What's it called? The thing that he has to go through.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Oh,
The
I
one
can't
thing every
remember.
Spider-Man needed to go through. Rob, do y'all have
Oh, I can't remember it. It's like,
I really don't know what it's called.
but I know what
you
you're
get.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have him come in. Like, the only thing Spider-Man can show him is the new, like, that timeline's New York for him to get used to it. He already has all the skills to pay the bills from the animated version, from, like, doing it all himself, from the little bit he learned from the other Spider-Man. He doesn't need a full training arc at this point. He really doesn't.
Nah.
If this Miles comes
Yeah,
into
he
the
fought
live action.
Kingpin, bro. Yeah, he
Yeah,
good.
he's straight. He don't need no training arc. We can skip that and just go and rock with it.
Wait, but shouldn't Tom Holland's Spider-Man have a training arc first with Iron? What's that nigga name? What's that kung fu nigga name?
Uh,
Fist.
yeah.
No,
No,
Iron Fist.
Shang Tsung.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that's the name.
Shang
So he's
Tsung.
supposed to. He's
Well, my
supposed to
thing
train
is,
Spider-Man, I thought.
but that's the thing. They can do that for the next Spider-Man movie, right? Do
They
that.
did
Have
that
him.
for Avengers.
They can do that with him and Shang-Chi, like in that movie, or do it in the Shang-Chi movie. We're supposed to get another one, so Tom Holland can
It
be in
low
there
key
and
would
have
be
that
dope.
moment.
Competing
then-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, and then in Spider-Man 4, have him meet Miles. Like, it's that moment where, like, Miles sees him swinging. That's how that ends, that cutscene. And then when we get Spider-Man 4, you get him trying to catch up to that Spider-Man. Like, hey, I'm another Spider-Man from the Spider-Verse, blah, 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 trying to explain that to him. Then they have their moment, go through their adventure, and then Peter does handles Brooklyn or tries to go to MIT to catch up with MJ and Ned. And Miles can stay there and work things out and be the Spider-Man in our MCU in that New York. And then Spider-Man comes back for Secret Wars.
Yeah, because you can't
Tom
take
Holland's
Miles out of New
trilogy
York.
is- Tom Holland's trilogy is ending with him getting out of college. I think Miles is probably going to come either in the second or third movie, possibly the third movie. Either he's going to be out of college or he's going to be about to graduate. I can't see them bringing Miles in anytime soon.
Yeah,
Even
that's a
for
fact.
even for a secondary role. That's just going to take money away from Tom Holland when they know they got a blockbuster.
Yeah.
And they might use a Miles Morales type of Spider-Man for Secret Wars, just to get everybody hyped up and everything like that. But finish it out with Tom Holland, and then move over to Miles Morales.
So you gotta kill off Spider-Man?
I don't even
No,
say you
I
gotta
don't think you
kill
gotta
him
kill
off.
Not
him
kill
off.
off.
You could give
Because
him
remember, at
a
the
happy
end,
ending.
like,
He's
spoiler
still young
alert.
as hell though.
But here's the thing, like, spoiler alert, like the way the Spider-Man 2 game ended, Miles Morales took on more of a mantle of being Spider-Man, while Peter got to sit back and actually enjoy life with MJ. That's a possibility where he's still there, but he doesn't have to be the primary Spider-Man. You know what I mean? They could do that
Okay.
and not kill
But
him
we
off.
all know because they're coming out with a third one. We all know that only lasts for so long.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the other ones. You could have a 20-year break.
True. And then bring back Tom Holland and have him
Yeah.
do what Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire is doing for his Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, I don't know how we got sidetracked on Spider-Man. But regardless, everybody's
Deadpool
thinking
was lit.
that Deadpool Wolverine is gonna be fire. We got what, a couple days now? 4 days? 5 days?
Yep.
4 days until we see that thing.
Oh, we lost D.
Y'all want to do the boys? Let's do.
Well,
the boys.
let's go over. Let's do the breakdown trailer.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
All right, D, you there so you can watch it too?
He here, but I feel like he had to.
Let's do this.
Oh, y'all.
Here he is.
He is back.
Stop it. Whoever you think I am. You got the wrong guy.
Wait, we watching it. Oh, this is emergency also.
Yeah.
You
We
were
could
always the
skip
wrong
the
guy.
trailer part.
Till you weren't.
Huge Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. They're
I'm the Wolverine.
I'm back.
About damn time. You holding? I'm all out of devil's dandruff and I'm shaking like an angry vibrator.
Thank you, Al. We have company.
That's Wolverine.
You're damn straight it is. Disney brought him back. They're gonna make him do this till he's 90.
welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel dropped a huge Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. They're calling it the final trailer because the movie comes out next week. There are a couple really big cameos that they reveal on this, confirming some of my theories from a long time ago. One of my theories from like last year. And it is the perfect example of how every single actor and every single director involved in making movies like this lie about what's actually going on during the movie when people ask them. There are so many Easter eggs during this, like there's a bunch of Spider-Man scenes during this trailer too, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, we're doing a giveaway for movie tickets. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and post your favorite moment from this trailer in the comments. Just starting with the biggest reveals in the trailer first, probably the biggest thing is the X-23 cameo scene, confirming my X-23 theory from a long time ago. I can't even remember the first time I talked about this. They've been talking about making this movie for like the last couple of years, like Ryan Reynolds was writing the movie a couple years ago. I can't remember when my first X-23 theory was, but eventually people did start asking Daphne King, hey, are you going to be in this movie? Because she was promoting a bunch of the other stuff that she was doing that was coming out, like the Star Wars Acolyte series, and she was like, no, I'm not in it. Here's the thing though, Daphne King did an interview recently, like right after the trailer dropped. It sounds like they timed the interview for the actual trailer coming out so that she could talk about coming back as X-23 in the movie. She said that Andrew Garfield, of all people, was her inspiration for lying to people, like trying to hide the fact that she was actually in the movie. And it kind of amounted to the same thing too, like people figured out early on that Andrew Garfield was going to be back as his version of the Amazing Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home. People assumed after they saw the first couple of trailers, oh yeah, X-23 probably coming back, and it's probably going to be in this particular scene here around the campfire when he says that he's no hero, kid. Most of us assumed that the kid that he was talking to was going to be a version of X-23, just an older version, because Daphne Keane looks so much older than she did during the original Logan movie. Here's the thing though, in the actual cameo scene in the trailer as we see it, she's part of what seems like that resistance group with Elektra, who's going to be in the movie. Jennifer Garner is supposed to have a cameo scene that they revealed a long time ago, but we haven't actually seen her full on in a trailer yet. Not every variant from the X-Men movies, the other Fox Marvel movies, other like non-Fox Marvel movies as well too, is supposed to be on Cassandra Nova's evil X-Men team there. So there's like a band of resistance fighters made up of other legacy Marvel characters. This is also probably why we're seeing so much other legacy Marvel stuff being promoted in a lot of stuff that's coming out right now too. Just funny promos, even video games too. Speaking of which, thank you to Marvel Strike Force for sponsoring this video. They're currently celebrating the release of Marvel Studios' Deadpool and Wolverine movie by inviting you to their first pool party featuring Deadpool, Wolverine, of course, a bunch of other Marvel characters. There'll be 4 weeks worth of events featuring 3 different difficulties, tons of rewards, gear, and character shards up for grabs. New Marvel characters will be added on a regular basis, and because of all the Deadpool and Wolverine hype this month, they'll also be adding the Illuminati. Assemble your team, mix and match characters from all over the Marvel multiverse to dominate single-player games, enjoy different types of game modes like campaigns, blitz, arena play. There's also the Alliance War, a massive weekly battle, raids, the Wolverine X-23 suit from the movie just by playing during this month's pool party event. No running around the pool, and everybody have an amazing time. A lot of people's next question, will X-23 wear a version of that yellow Wolverine X-23 suit from the comics too? Because if they're making such a big deal about Hugh Jackman wearing a version of the yellow suit from the comics, wouldn't X-23 also do the same thing too? Based on her interview, I actually think that she does at some point in the movie, because this is what her interview actually says. She says, "That's how I found her," again, talking about coming back as the character. "There was a lot of looking for her," as I'm paraphrasing what she says here. "She was just kind of in me," like she's talking about the character. "The first thing I did for Deadpool," talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, "was stunt training before I shot anything. I put on the costume and was like, oh, she's back." Meaning that she filmed a whole bunch of action stunts, so she does have some fight scenes, and she put on a special suit for it too, which I think is meant to be a version of her yellow suit from the X-23 comics. And just minutes after they released the trailer, Daphne Keane posted this picture of X-23 in her yellow suit on her Instagram account, so I think it's just confirmation that she is wearing the suit. One of the next big things is probably all the Spider-Man references when you see him driving in that minivan and Wolverine starts yelling at him, "Stop doing that," and he's making the thwip, thwip, thwip sound.
Stop it.
That means that Deadpool knows a version of Spider-Man. The question is, which version of Spider-Man, and why does he know him in this scene here? My assumption is that just means that there's meant to be a Spider-Man inside the universe he came from, which is meant to be the main X-Men universe, or a version of it. I know there's all kinds of questions about the whole Colossus of it all, like which version of Colossus is he? If he's in the original X-Men universe, then why isn't the original version of Colossus? My assumption is that it's sort of like a sacred timeline kind of thing. That's the way they're treating it, where his universe he comes from is the main X-Men universe, but like a very, very slightly different version with a different version of Colossus. But like everything else is meant to be the same in his universe, because the way they put the trailer, they make it seem like the events of Logan happen in his universe at some point. The reason why you have characters like X-23 from after the events of her version of the Logan movie in this with a younger version of Wolverine is because this is on the Void. I'll talk about why they confirmed that later. There's like a couple scenes in the trailer where you see them confirm that this is meant to be the Void planet from the Loki series. When the TVA prunes things, which we actually see in this trailer, it prunes things from all across the timeline to the same place and time. So you have stuff from the distant past, from the present, from the future, all being pruned to the same point in time. So it just means, for instance, that a version of X-23 who was older, like after the events of her version of Logan, got pruned at some point, and this is a variant of that character. Getting back to the Spider-Man of it all, I think that in Deadpool's universe, that just means that there is a Spider-Man, and he's run into him at some point or learned who he is. Because it's Deadpool, maybe he does know who's under the mask, or maybe he doesn't know who's under the mask, but there just is a Spider-Man who's active in his original universe. The real question, though, is which version of Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland? Now, because they're bringing Deadpool in this version of Wolverine into the MCU, obviously you'd think that Tom Holland MCU might be on their minds. I am sure there'll be some jokes about him at some point during the movie, but if we're talking about actual cameo scenes, I don't know that there's an actual version of Spider-Man who does cameo in this, maybe just jokes about Spider-Man. They've only screened about 40 minutes worth of this movie for anybody, and all the trailer footage comes from that first 40 minutes in the movie, meaning that 2/3 of the movie nobody has seen and has any idea what's in that part. So there's a potential tons of stuff that we have no idea about. So it is always possible that there's a version of Spider-Man in this, but I'm just not counting on it, just because I think they want to wait for something even bigger like Avengers Secret Wars to bring both versions of Spider-Man back. My early theory, if we're talking about deep cuts here, like they want to make big deep cuts to Spider-Man characters, that Deadpool's version of Spider-Man would look more like Tobey Maguire's version of Spider-Man, just because of the history between the X-Men movies and Sony's Spider-Man movies. I've talked about this in a bunch of previous videos, but a long time ago, in the before time, like in the early days of superhero movies, Fox made that first X-Men 2000 movie. It blew up, became super popular. Wolverine became a super popular character. Sony was about to make its first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, and they agreed with Fox, like the lawyers actually agreed, surprisingly, because they never do, to have that version of Wolverine with Hugh Jackman cameo in that first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. But on the day, there was a problem with the Wolverine suit, like that black leather suit, and I think he said the suit was broken or the suit didn't arrive in time, so they just decided to not film the cameo because apparently they wouldn't film it if he wasn't wearing the suit. So I think because back in the day, they planned to canonize his version of Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, to the original X-Men universe. If we're going to be referencing a big version of Spider-Man during this, I think it would be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. It would just make more sense for it to be him. There's so much other stuff going on during the trailer too. So just starting at the beginning of the actual trailer, you see Deadpool walking through those woods with the snow. There's been a lot of theories about where these woods are. Like, is it the woods from Avengers Age of Ultron, or is it the woods from the end of the Logan movie? Supposedly there's going to be some Wolverine variants during this, and one of them is like a zombie version of Wolverine. So either he goes to a zombie Earth, like a Marvel Zombies version of Earth, or he literally digs up a version of Wolverine's bones in this. Because it looks like during one of these scenes, he's fighting the TVA characters with one of Wolverine's bones, which is coated in adamantium. But a lot of this first part of the trailer sounds like the conversation that they have in that diner where he's trying to appeal to him. Like, it's a much more earnest conversation where he's trying to get real with him about why he needs his help so much and how much everybody looked up to him as being like the biggest, most important X-Man. On my world, you were the X-Man. Dropping a whole lot of F-bombs during this too. While he's talking to him, though, they cut a bunch of other trailer scenes with it too from completely different parts of the movie. So in this landscape scene, we actually see a pruned version of Asgard, of all places, over on the right here. My guess is that will be the key to them doing a bunch of Thor-based cameo scenes, like cameos from people in the Thor movies. During a lot of the early TVA scenes in the movie, it seemed like he had a cameo scene with Thor, but the version of Chris Hemsworth Thor seems like it was from Thor: The Dark World, and they just photoshopped him into that scene. They didn't shoot like a totally new scene with Chris Hemsworth. But if we're getting a full-on version of Asgard during the movie, it just feels like we're going to get a version of Thor variants or some Thor characters in this movie. You remember this is The Void, and during Loki Season 1, they had a big joke about how the character who wound up being pruned the most across all the multiverse, all timelines, space and time, was Loki himself. So there are more Loki variants than any other type of character on The Void just in general. I don't know if we're supposed to see a version of the God of Story as Loki in this movie, though, just because there's a scene later in the trailer where everything turns into spaghetti, which looks exactly like something we saw during Loki Season 2. We'll get to that part, but in this Asgard scene, in the distance, you also see this downed giant space station from the previous Marvel movies as well, too. Kind of looks like there's a couple things in the background, like this giant downed space station, but also what looks like a sailing tall ship. We get a larger version of that standoff scene in front of the 20th Century Fox logo. I've already talked about the 20th Century Fox sign in the whole joke about Kevin Feige eventually recasting everyone, making all the Fox Marvel movies completely irrelevant. But in the context of the movie, we'll see what the reason that this 20th Century Fox logo was actually pruned. It's a bit of a meta joke, but also in universe, there has to be a reason for it to have been pruned. We see that they polished the special effects, and in the background of this fight, you see a downed SHIELD helicarrier. There was also a helicarrier during the first Deadpool movie, too. I remember people went crazy when they saw that, like, what's going on here? Is this taking place in the MCU? How are they explaining everything? Because this is The Void, and we know this is an MCU movie, it's way easier to explain its presence in this movie. This is actually a really interesting scene that I think that we've seen parts of before. In the tunnel here where he says, I waited a long time for this team up. Obviously, he's talking to Wolverine. But I think this tunnel scene is connected to that turn off your phones funny scene that they released a long time ago that they've been playing in front of all movies just in regular theaters.
So I heard Secret Wars is finally going to introduce... You get reception down here?
I don't have a phone.
It's coming from out there.
That big scene where Wolverine winds up breaking the fourth wall and they make all the Avengers Secret Wars jokes. Because we're getting this tunnel scene, that also makes me think that we get most of that turn off your phone scene in the actual movie itself. It was kind of hard to tell if they just did that for fun or if it was going to be in the actual movie itself, like they just clipped out part of the movie and used it for the turn off your phones PSA. Also love the fact that they're making all those Avengers Secret Wars jokes. I think this city is meant to be a version of New York City. It starts talking about his original version of Wolverine, and they cut in all the footage of Logan, so I think that's why they're trying to say that Deadpool is canon to the original main X-Men timeline, so a version of Logan happened in his universe at some point. Also love the way they use the Wolverine Origins footage too, meaning that a version of Wolverine Origins also happened in his timeline, like he killed the version of himself, which also led to a lot of theories about why the TVA might be after him. There are references to that, I think, during the first couple minutes of the movie that they've screened for different people publicly. But I think the idea is that the TVA gives him a pass on all the time traveling and Nexus events that he created, changing timelines with Cable's time travel device. All because they're way more worried about what Cassandra Nova is doing with all of her stuff. There are a lot of new toys and artifacts from different Marvel movies, big Easter egg things, big powerful things that they reveal in the trailer too. This version of Wolverine is still torn up over his inability to save his world, like whatever his failure was within the context of his history. Part of the idea is that he failed to do something really big. Maybe he wasn't able to kill Dark Phoenix during the events of X-Men 3 in his timeline, or something else on a similar scale. But a big part of his arc in this movie is his eventual redemption. We get a longer scene of Alioth coming to that giant Ant-Man base, and here we also see Cassandra Nova walking around casually while Alioth shows up in the background, which is why I think this is confirmation that she is also controlling Alioth using her powers. We get a close-up of her and her version of Cerebro inside Ant-Man's actual head, like you see his giant dead skeleton. Here's the thing though, during this scene we get voiceover from Wolverine where he talks about Cyclops. We get a Storm and a Beast name drop as well too, making me think that all three of those characters also have cameos in the movie, and that's why he's mentioning them specifically as opposed to the other X-Men characters. We get a longer scene of the convoy driving up in all the different vehicles based from other Marvel movies and Marvel TV shows. Like I talked about all the tanks from the first Captain America movie, the motorcycles from Captain America, and the cupcake truck from Moon Knight. So it's not just Fox Marvel stuff in this movie, there's a lot of MCU stuff in this too. We get a better look at Ray Park's Toad in the Fantastic Car from the Fantastic Four movies, but here's the thing, it's not the version of the Fantastic Car from the original Fantastic Four movies, it's based more on the original 1960s version from the original comics. Can't really tell who this woman is underneath the mask that's driving the Fantastic Car. You can let me know who you think this is in the comments. While this is going on, they cut in the scene of Wolverine around the campfire talking to this version of X-23 and whoever else is here too, like it's not just the two of them. But he's trying to explain why he always acted so cool, like he didn't ever want to be around, like he was basically pretending he did want to be part of the X-Men. We get a longer scene of Cassandra Nova using her powers of telepathy to mess with Wolverine's mind. It sounds like she's making him see all these dead X-Men from his past. Like all these giant tombstones, I think are meant to represent the dead X-Men that were part of his team that he failed. And this is him just inside his mind space, trapped inside his memories. When Deadpool says he's trying to save his world and it's only 9 people, that's more of a metaphor. It's just the 9 people happen to be on his version of Earth, and he's trying to save that version of Earth. My assumption is this has something to do with what Cassandra Nova is doing in the movie with this device here. We'll talk about this in a second. So here's where we get to the scene where they confirm that this is the Void. So when they're driving with the convoy, in the background of the landscape, you see the Brooklyn Bridge here, but you also see what looks like something being pruned above it and falling to the ground, and over on the left side too, up in the sky, something's being pruned, falling to the ground. Just because of the way they color corrected all the trailers, I mean, they polished the special effects now, the color correction in the previous trailers looked a little bit different, like it looked like a very flat, colorless movie. But it looked different from the way that they color corrected the Loki series, so I think early on, that's why so many people were confused about where this was meant to take place. I always thought that it was on the Void, but it was just a question of them confirming it. That means wherever she originally came from, Cassandra Nova got pruned, and she's just been collecting all these different variants and powerful artifacts, powerful weapons and objects from different Marvel movies. I've already done a bunch of videos about him versus that original version of Tyler Mane's Sabretooth from the first X-Men 2000 movie. Here's where we get that crazy scene of Cassandra Nova down in this basement-looking area here, like the basement of a subway place that looks like it got pruned at some point. All these different spaghetti effects behind her look just like the end of Loki Season 2, with reality sort of unraveling. It looks like she's absorbing some kind of power, so I'm not exactly sure how this device works. It looks like a combination of something from the Ant-Man movies combined with stuff from the X-Men movies. Maybe she's just absorbing things from different universes, and that's what's threatening Deadpool's original universe that he comes from. But I think part of the idea is that she's becoming more and more powerful, and eventually she'll become so powerful she'll be able to destroy all of reality. Like, that's the big threat that the TVA is having that they can't deal with, and why they need Deadpool to go kill her for them. There's a whole bunch of cases over in the background in the corner, too. What's in those cases? What is she cooking? Not exactly sure what the red and blue energy is about, too. They'll probably just explain that during the movie. Some of this stuff is brand new and is not from previous Marvel movies, like it's created for the purposes of this movie. There's a longer version of when Deadpool and Wolverine first get captured by the TVA where you see Alioth showing up in the background. We get that longer X-23 scene. I've already talked a lot about that earlier in the video. The only thing I didn't mention is the fact that she responds to him in perfect English. Like at some point she learns perfect English, because you remember during the Logan movie they had the whole thing about him not being able to communicate with her exactly because she only spoke Spanish. That's because the woman that raised her Hispanic. It looks like she gives him a picture of her with her version of Old Man Logan. And he's meant to be inspired by that original main version of Wolverine. Because the whole thing with the Logan movie is it's meant to take place in the original X-Men universe, so it's like the original main version of Wolverine that he used to play in all the different movies. We get a longer scene of them running out into the portal as Alioth is coming so they don't get eaten. The interesting thing that Ryan Reynolds also posted on his Instagram is that Cassandra Nova has a sling ring with 2 Infinity Stones in it, the Reality Stone and the Time Stone, meaning that she's the one that probably opens that portal and they could wind up anywhere. There's another scene where they fall through the portal and it's a totally different version of Earth, like Deadpool's original universe, and they have that funny moment with that other family where he says that Disney brought Wolverine back, they're going to make him do this until he's in his 90s. Very meta, because Marvel, Kevin Feige is also bringing this version of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, back for Avengers Secret Wars, maybe even more movies after that too. So they probably will make him do this until he's in his 90s. We get a scene of him taking Wolverine back to his apartment with Blind Al, and she's joking about needing more coke and getting the shakes. Like, it's been a long time since I had my fix. I need to have a fix. Then we get a scene that seems like it's meant to be a parody of the portal scene from Avengers Endgame, with the Deadpool Corps coming through a giant portal. Like all these characters behind Lady Deadpool here, who I do think is Blake Lively. All these are meant to be different versions of Deadpool from different universes as part of the Deadpool Corps. They revealed a couple of them. This cowboy version of Deadpool is supposed to be Matthew McConaughey himself in like a really short cameo. We get a much longer scene of them in front of the Rob Liefeld feet store. I mean, obviously Rob Liefeld feet jokes, really great. But during a bigger version of this scene, you see Dogpool running up. Notice the little pouches on her little dog belt. It's a female dog playing the character, but I don't know if Dogpool will be a female dog during the movie. She's also wearing little doggy goggles for some reason too. Don't you wonder how she's able to open those pouches? Like, what does Dogpool keep in Dogpool's pouches? Then we see Deadpool picking up his 2 golden guns, new guns that it seems like he gets from one of those other Deadpool variants. There's so much stuff that they packed into this final trailer. There's a couple scenes that I mentioned from the previous trailer because they released another one just like a couple days ago, so I tried to fit everything into this video. But if there's anything that you spotted, any Easter eggs, references, or secret cameo scenes from this trailer that I didn't talk about during the video, write them below in the comments. Now, like Juggernaut and a lot of that stuff I talked about in my previous Deadpool trailer videos, so there's a lot of stuff that wasn't in this that was in previous trailers. The other really big reminder is that we have Comic-Con next week. They're supposed to be screening the entire movie next Thursday for people at Comic-Con, but that's happening after the movie is released pretty much everywhere in the world, so it's not like people at Comic-Con are going to get to see the movie before everyone else. It's just that they're happy to screen it for free at Comic-Con. If I get a chance to see it early, I'll post my non-spoilery review whenever they let us do that. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll start posting my big breakdown videos of the post-credit scene, full Easter eggs breakdown for the entire movie. Remember, they've only been screening about 40 minutes of the movie for people to review, but the entire movie is meant to be closer to like 2 hours, so there's like 2/3 of the movie that nobody has ever seen. That is going to have to be one really, really long breakdown Easter eggs video. Make sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss any of that, and go see this movie as soon as you possibly can. Do not wait to see this. Jesse Hughley and Nemo Nomad, congratulations, you're the giveaway winner from my last big Captain America 4 trailer video for the tickets. Please email me on my website so I can get your contact details. There's a bunch of big stuff coming up. Click here for all my other Deadpool.
Man.
Thank you, Emergency Awesome, first and foremost. He clarified a lot for me in that video. Like a lot.
Absolutely.
He clarified a lot. I did not realize those was gravestones at all. And I'm like, oh, I hit the Omar, or the not Omar, but what's the dude name from The Wire where he like, oh, I hit that face. I hit that face during that part because I literally thought that that was something that might have involved the TVA, and now it makes more sense for that to be the dead X-Men from Yeah, that makes so much more sense.
I like the fact you fully explained that that can be like a scene where he's inside his mind with
Yeah.
Cassandra like messing him up, because I was trying to figure out when they showed that in the trailer like a while back, how are they constituting that? Are they going to do like a quick overview of his life for a second, or just to get that scene? Because there's no reference where you're like, oh, Deadpool's gonna be in that scene with him.
Right. Yeah, it's that's probably where we'll get the gaps filled in on exactly what's up with this this Wolverine, which is like
Right.
similar story to the one in Logan, but not the same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Her having two Infinity Stones are gonna be nuts though.
Yeah.
Well,
Because in the MCU, weren't they destroyed when Thanos destroyed? I mean, well,
It's in
in a
each
sense,
universe. Each
yeah. I
universe
was
has
gonna say,
their own Infinity Stones.
yeah, because I forgot Iron Man then went back in time to get them shits too.
but remember in the TVA, Homeboy had like a drawer filled with them, and
That's for
like
the TVA though.
it's like as if those are just paperweights. They couldn't do anything. So are they going to be able to do
Yeah.
the same in the void? That's my big question.
Is it that's the thing though, does you being in the void kind of like break the rules? Like it's like every universe as opposed like it operates as a space that's like recognized by every universe. So if you use them in the actual void themselves, or if you let me phrase it like this, if you have the right person using them in the void, they can actually tap the powers that's available in the stones themselves.
I also guess that's the reason why they kept it in not the void, but in those
In the
desks,
drawers,
in
right?
the drawers of like paperweights and everything like that, because they knew if they left that place in the Time Variance Authority, the T or the TVA, in their main base, then nobody would be able to use it to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if they go to the void, then they obviously leave out of that plane, which is governed by the TVA, and now it's just a different plane.
So
Then
how
Yeah.
how my question is, how did those stones get in there?
somebody probably took them. I would. It's Cassandra Nova. I wouldn't be surprised if she did.
Yeah.
Mm.
If her powers are retained and she happened to even for a second be at the TVA headquarters, there's no telling what she could do during that time.
True.
Oh man, goodness gracious.
Yeah, this would be interesting. It's a lot. It's gonna be like, all right, give you an example. It's this show I watch called Mayors of Kingstown or Mayor of Kingstown. And typically I hate this, but the thing about the show is like it's every second it's like something else happening. It's just a lot of stuff happening at once. And I typically don't like that in stuff, but in Mayor Kingstown, they do it really well. And I'm getting that same vibe from this trailer. Like it's gonna be a lot of different things happening all at once, but it's gonna all come together. And I'm starting to have more of an appreciation for like movies and films and even anime that's like that, where it's like this is going to be solving a lot of things by giving you as much as it is. Hopefully it's going to hopefully advance a lot of different things. Obviously, the biggest thing I think is going to be what exactly is to come next with the X-Men. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's what the movie is going to ultimately accomplish, or maybe just Deadpool. But like Deadpool slash X-Men is trying to accomplish something with this. And yeah, dude, I don't know. Everything's really good about this. Again, shout out to Emergency Awesome because you always help make things easier to understand.
Bro, I was gonna say one more cameo that just threw me off was that Electra cameo. That shit
Yeah.
kind of cold.
Well, the fact
Yeah,
that
that'd
they
be cool.
talked about that Electro was going to be in that a long time ago. That was one of the
I
big
ain't even I
rumors.
ain't even hear that. That's what I was saying. Like when he said that, I'm like, dang, I never heard anybody say Electra's
Yeah,
gonna
they
be.
were saying either we'll get Carmen, um, Electra, homegirl that played her, and a possibility of Ben Affleck, Daredevil, possibility. So
Yeah, that's sick.
one out of two, I'm fine with, and the fact that we might
Yeah,
get Cyclops or Just, we don't need everybody. Just give us some of the people that we love to watch back in the day. Not
Do
all,
Yeah.
you
but some.
think anybody is gonna be? Now I'm starting to have doubts. I was really big on this Deadpool movie because there was so many characters they were going to be giving us that some of them were going to be new. Do
Hmm.
you think that's going to be the case still?
I don't know. I think we get older characters just to like get that last little send off. Like, thank you for all that you do and like all the memories that you provided us with the show, characters you played. And
I'm
then
thinking so
and
too.
I'm thinking like later on they may introduce. So we get X-23 that, like you said, could carry on the Wolverine mantle. So that's, it seems like every show we're getting a send off for a new Avenger. You know what I'm saying? So with this one, like, yes, we still gonna have Hugh Jackman, but this could lead into the send off where X-23 takes over. Could be like the
Yeah.
potential steps. That's my whole thing. Like we'll see her. I think she might be the only new character, even though we seen her when she was younger, that's supposed to carry on.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's fair.
The only new character that we see is Cassandra Nova because she hasn't been in any
You
of
think she
the.
stays or is she a
Nah,
one-off?
she might be a one-off. Cause
Marvel do. You know they do their one-offs with
yeah,
their
they do the
villain.
one-offs.
I think she'll come back eventually, but not anytime soon.
Probably Secret
Probably
Wars.
for like Secret Wars, yeah.
Okay.
Like she got left in the void in some way, shape, or form.
Just like they had, because Secret Wars, you can't just have the main heroes just going after the main villain. They got to figure out what Battle World is. They have to explore Battle World and then figure out how to be able to fix whatever the hell is going on. And in the comics, they had to go through every single hero had, I guess, every single hero, but most of them had duties, specific planes on Battle World that they had to take care of, basically. Black Panther with the Infinity Gauntlet, I believe, had to take care of Thanos in one of the versions of it. I think somebody else had to take care of Mr. Sinister. I think some other people and some other things. I think they'll take the same type of concept because I feel like that will flow well in movies. But regardless, this looks like we are officially back in the golden age of the MCU again. We're
I
starting back up
hope.
another one.
It feel like everything that they released, they've been on point for.
Cause
Everything that they released trailer wise.
before, if they release something, niggas would be able to tell like, there's gonna be some shit. Secret Invasion, we all knew that was gonna be some shit. Ant Man Quantumanium, we thought that it was gonna be fire, but then we realized
No, I say that was Secret Invasion that was like that, where it was like this should be dope, but
Yeah,
they
but it was
dropped the
just
ball.
slow.
it was super slow. She Hulk came in, was bad.
Yeah, it was bad, but it was like good bad, like so
Yo, what
bad.
if season 2 wasn't even that great?
Don't say that. What?
What if season 2 it wasn't even like it wasn't hitting like the first one?
It wasn't. Because I feel like they went away from the grand story aspect. That's what made the first season so great. And now the second season, it was like a compilation. It was like a mixed playlist
Mm-hmm.
instead of a cohesive album,
Mm-hmm.
in which you need for like these type of stories. But regardless, I think we getting back into it. They slowing down the production, and it seems like it's paying off. Well, outside of Blade, obviously. But let's just hope that they get everything together so that we can have some great superhero movies to go back and watch.
Yeah.
I think I want to do The Boys since that was a
Hmm.
big one. The Boys this
Yeah.
season wrapped up. A little crazy ending. I'm not gonna lie that we wasn't expecting. Spoiler alert: if you
Haven't
are
finished it.
here and haven't finished it, turn off right now. We are about to go over it.
Yeah, you just gotta spoil like you have to. Y'all gotta understand. Like you have to.
You just gotta deal with it. Just take
Yeah.
the L.
Biggest WTF moment of the whole entire episode. When the hell did this nigga Butcher turn into Venom?
Yeah.
Why wasn't he cast as Venom before?
Ah,
Man,
the TV show is unique. Is you just gotta kind of remember that. Like it's real unique. So
one thing I love is that they're staying away from a lot of the comic book stuff, and
Mhm.
it's hitting so perfectly. Granted, this season had a lot of lows, but it's the setup for the big high in season 5. That's a bar. My whole thing is my favorite scene is when Homelander's like, all right, we're gonna take over Vought, we're gonna take over the world. Anybody in Vought that got dirt on us, just kill them all. Just kill them. Just kill them. Yeah. And you see them looking for Ashley when the Deep was like, hey, Ashley's the one that got the most on us. And she is eavesdropping through the door. Homegirl ran for her life. And honestly, the dumbest decision she made was taking the Compound V, running in there.
Well, was it? Was that dumb?
I'm just
though,
saying
because
she's gonna be pissed at what it did to her.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe not.
But that's her opportunity to goddamn stay alive.
She could have left with A-Train. She could have left.
I think Homelander in that scene. I think Homelander could hear that she was running away. That he could hear some heels clickety clacking right outside.
But Homelander didn't care about her in the first place. It's just the Deep asked about it. She wasn't even on that list.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure as soon as he gave him the A-OK, them niggas got to getting stabbing.
But
and killing niggas.
But what I'm getting at is that was like the whole A-Train scene was before that. A-Train was like, "Yo, we can leave right now." Before Homegirl told him to take the tracker out, they could have been gone. She could have been back where she stayed during her little summer vacation she talked about.
She got to right her wrong. It's about to be a whole lot of redemption arcs for a whole lot of people.
Not for her. She about to find another way to get freaky with somebody.
She's gonna redeem herself because now she got powers. She got to.
Nah, she's still gonna run away from Homelander. I'm gonna tell you that now. She's not gonna unless she gets Sister Sage. Yo, and she is the best underrated character of that show. Homegirl said, literally, he was like, "But you didn't you left, but you didn't leave." She was like, "I only did this to see if I could." Was no reward out of it, just to see if she could. What kind of diabolical person would go all their way just to try and flip the government over on his head, just because they see if they could, and let everything happen as the way it did, and to even say, "Oh, this certain thing just flipped in my favor. I wasn't expecting this to happen, but look at what it did. Got the president arrested." Everything she did, even her being fired, I think she had that whole thing calculated. She is scary. Honestly, she is more scarier than Homelander. Honestly, she's probably my favorite character from this past season. And honestly, at the end of the day, Huey went through so much. That's all I gotta say.
He did, but it was needed. I think he's gonna use one more vial of V too, V24.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think he will. Now that Butcher is on the deep end, there's nobody else that's gonna be able to bring him back besides Huey.
They all being so Gen V is gonna make a big difference now.
Yeah.
Cause bro, you gonna have some of them Gen V people gonna have to they a problem. You can't have 3 Supermen on Homelander side.
Yeah.
But you remember, I fucking forgot, but what's his Soldier Boy?
That's why I said 3.
Nah, Soldier Boy don't even like him. Remember?
That might flip. That might flip.
Ryan's gonna flip too. Granted, yes, he has that. After everything that happened, I feel like he's gonna end up flipping back.
I think
I forgot about Ryan. That's 4.
He has to learn that by himself. Ryan not even with them though. Ryan didn't go back. Ryan is technically by himself right now.
Oh yeah, he didn't go back to Vought.
He didn't go back.
Do you think he gonna be the one to end Homelander?
I believe
it's gonna be the power of friendship. It's not gonna be one person doing it.
I think he'll be the one to deal the finishing blow. I think Butcher will sacrifice himself, and that will be the final catalyst in order for Ryan to go through with it, since that is his father, since he was so.
What is that coming from Butcher too?
That's
what
the cancer. when he took the second vial of V recently, like a month prior to all the events going on,
Yeah.
he went to the cancerous tumor. So
But
it
did the
ended up
tumor turn into the monster thing
the
in him?
tumor turned into the V
It's a
tumor
V
nature.
monster.
Yeah, we seen it in the when they were going after the professor for the virus. We seen it in the
Right.
rabbits.
Yeah,
The
but
intestines coming out and everything like that.
he really do got like a tumor venom.
He got a venom, yeah.
Yeah.
That is some wild. That is
But
Yeah.
honestly, the craziest moment for me was the fact that he literally ripped Homegirl in half. I was not
Bro.
expecting that, bruh.
yeah.
I really thought things was about to start going down the yellow brick road again, and we were going to literally find a way to shut down Vought without having a lot of casualties. Nah.
She lost her grip though. Like I saw it happening before it happened because she had a very powerful position and then she just lost it. Like she shouldn't have never aligned with Homelander. She should have took up honestly, this all would have went way differently if she had just like stuck it out with Butcher. Just like I know this dude, like make sure he don't know, make sure this relationship is separate, and you ride out what Butcher was saying to you, like, all right, bro, you gonna make sure my daughter good, you gonna make sure I'm good, you gonna make sure your people good, do what you gotta do. Get that, spread that superpower or the superpower virus, spread that around. She once she didn't like when she went away from like Butcher and the idea of like working with him, to me that was like, yeah, bro, she like that's it. Cause everybody who align themselves with Homelander, it always lead to like problems for them or death. I hated the way what was her name? Mallory? I hated the way she went out. That's the only thing I hated about this season. That didn't feel like her character.
Oh, how she got pushed by Ryan.
Yeah, that didn't
Yeah.
feel like her. All of that she was doing. That didn't.
Yeah.
First of all, this is Homelander's son, so it's like okay, that little bit of crazy might be in him. And why are you provoking little Superboy? Like Butcher sitting here like, nah, let's play the Connect Four. Let me talk it out with him. He was trying to do the right path. He
Yep.
was trying. That's why anybody that say, yeah, nah, Butcher went crazy or went off the deep end, it's like he
He
tried
only went
so
off the
hard
deep
to
end
fight it.
because Mallory died. That's the
Yeah,
only
she
reason why. And then that's when Kessler took over. Like, you see, you did all this to try and save Ryan, and Ryan ended up killing your last little bit of heart that you had because he had a good relationship with Mallory, and I think Mallory was the last little piece to keep Butcher from going over the deep end. And once she died, that was it.
well that and Ryan
I
being
think
just a
his
normal
lacking,
boy.
yeah, but his lack of morals after he did that, that was one of the few people that took
Exactly.
Ryan in, where nobody else was more inclined to take him in and to actually bring him up correctly.
She
This was
loved him.
somebody that
He
actually
killed somebody who loved him.
and professed that and just told him the truth. And because that little boy couldn't take the truth,
Like Homelander.
he ended up doing something where Butcher seen that Ryan wouldn't do on purpose. This is the
That's
first time he's seen some Ryan actually do technically on purpose. And then walked out, no tears shed, didn't say sorry, didn't apologize, didn't come and go and try and comfort her body to see if she was still alive. He did none of that. That was the first time he seen
he looked like
Ryan
Homelander.
look like Homelander, look heartless, emotionless.
And that's why I don't know if he gonna be the one to kill him. Because I feel like he might be too far gone.
Ryan will. I think Huey will come back. He'll talk some sense in the Butcher. Butcher will try to kill Homelander singularly. Ryan will come in and try and protect him, or vice versa.
Power
Ryan
of
will
friendship.
go first. Power of friendship, actually. Talk. It's not gonna be no talk, no jutsu. Niggas gonna have to die. Butcher is dying most definitely. You don't get a nigga
Yeah.
cancer and then he don't die.
No,
So
Butcher is dying, Mother's Milk is dying.
Oh, I don't think Mother's Milk
No,
is
Mother's
dying.
Mother's
Milk is
milk is
not dying.
dying.
I
No,
think
Mother's
Butcher.
Mother's
milk is
milk gotta
dying.
go. I'm tired of that
Mother's
nigga.
milk is
nah,
dying,
son.
bro.
Butcher might
Why?
die.
Because he got rid of
Y'all
because he got rid of the
crazy.
beard and everything. Come on, son. Leave my son alone, son.
Nah.
Mother's
Mother,
milk is dying.
Mother's Milk ain't dying.
I think
But, hey,
Frenchie isn't gonna end up
Mother's milk
dying.
gonna be the one thing that kind of, if you talking about it being Huey, that could bring him back. I think like I give you Huey trying, but I think the real one to get it done is gonna be Mother's milk.
I don't
He
think.
gonna be the one to ride with Butcher, but he gonna be like, bro, like I'll ride with you,
But when you
but
think about it, who was the nigga that was on Butcher's side this whole entire series?
Huey.
It was
that's why I think
Huey.
I think Huey about to be like, you know what? Fuck it.
Because even
Nah,
Huey was
that's
like,
not
yo,
true.
Huey was like, yo, I rode with you. I did everything you said. No questions asked. Yo, just let me rock on this one. Let me rock on
Yeah,
this one. And Butcher just went against it.
nothing. Yeah, I think he about to be like, fuck it. Fuck that man. That's exactly how I think Huey about to be. And now his girl is going. I don't think he care enough. I feel like Mother's Milk is the one who will ride out with Butcher, despite all of the things that Butcher is. And I think that in that moment, that's where Mother's Milk gonna get clipped up in that moment. That's where it's gonna be. He gonna go too far deep with Butcher. If he had to stay with the crew, I think he would live. If he were to get back with the crew, I think he would live. But I don't think that's gonna be the case in this next season.
I
And
think
y'all
they
give me
will.
1 second.
I think they will. I think Mother's Milk is gonna
I'm
be good.
surprised Frenchie really lasted this long, though. Honestly,
You heard?
Nah,
yeah.
I
He's like
knew Frenchie
he's
was
like
gonna make it.
a main pinnacle. I think Frenchie and Kimiko is gonna stay alive.
I think, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Kimiko went through so much with what's homeboy name with Frenchie that I feel like that's gonna be the one thing that breaks her if he ends up dying because she finally opened up her mouth and said something. Yo, my heart dropped at that scene when Homegirl came out, told Homeboy to go get in the car and took control of him for him to go ahead and do that. That like I feel like that's gonna bring everything around where Kimiko is just gonna lose it. That's the only way it's gonna happen. For I think Frenchie might end up dying because it's gonna be a lot of bloodshed in this season. But Frenchie makes it to like the last episode, and he's gonna have a moment where Kimiko is like, "Oh, I finally I come to the realization I love you and all this other good stuff." Blah 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 blah. And Kimiko's just gonna go off the deep end and start bodying everybody, which is gonna open up, give an opening for them to take down Homelander. I think that's gonna happen.
I think it's gonna be a whole lot of soups dying, not a lot of the main characters. I think Butcher is most definitely gonna be a main one of the actual human characters. I think maybe a Stan Edgar possibly getting clapped. I can see that happening. Um,
Yeah, Homeboy gonna come back after he hears that his daughter died.
yeah, I can see
He
that.
he's coming back.
What's it called? The two kids from Kadokan that are on the bad side, I think they're getting clapped up. I think that Shawty with the telekinesis abilities that took Huey, I think she gonna get wet up. I think a whole lot of these soups. I know the Wiener Man nigga. I can't remember his
He
name.
gotta go, son.
He most
Yo,
definitely
son,
has
he
to do
slapped
that.
my son.
Mother's Milk has to do that himself.
Yo, son, he
That's
is
the
going
second
to
time he
kill
done got
us.
knocked out or he done got touched. Oh, love
Choked
sauces.
up on the
That's
first time. Choked up.
love sauces. But
Did you just say love sauces?
that's his name.
Nah, son. Nah, he
Yeah,
gotta
that's
go.
his name.
With a name like that, you gotta go. Nah.
I think it's gonna be more so a whole lot of soups that's gonna die in that last season. I think
Is
Mother's
Maeve
Milk is
coming
gonna be
back?
clear because Maeve
Maeve?
might be. They was saying that she might actually end up coming back
Yeah.
for that
Maeve
last season.
live, but Mother's Milk dying.
They were gonna make their own, from what I was seeing. It was probably Emergency Awesome. They're gonna make
Maeve
their
die.
own good version of the Seven. So I think Maeve is gonna be a part of it. A Train obviously is gonna be a part of it. Obviously Starlight, in order to go and save the boys from the internment
And
camp that they're
Miko.
probably in prison to. Yes, and then you got the Gen Z where Gen Z might be in the same exact internment camp. that the boys are sent to. That's how you can cross over both of their events. And
Which
now
you
the
get
boys recruit
shapeshifter.
them.
Who's the good people from Gen V? We got the shapeshifter.
Yep.
We
I
got the
wouldn't even
guy
call it a
that passed
shapeshifter.
away. Yeah, well, I mean, they shapeshift between a guy
Female
and a
and
girl.
yeah, no. They shapeshift between a guy and a girl, but each of them have their own abilities.
Yeah.
Cause remember the dude, like
Yeah.
the dude can like shoot beams, and I forgot what the girl can do.
I think she got super strength or something.
The other shapeshifter might join the like Homelander.
Which
Cause
one?
The
did
other
they die?
yeah, the other shapeshifter
Yeah,
died.
they died.
They died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Annie choked her ass
What did
out.
they look like?
they
They
didn't
just
We
we
show.
just
don't know.
No,
last
we
see them as
just
Annie.
yeah, the last person
Okay,
that you were, that's pretty much what you
that's
died
who you
as.
died as. Okay,
Yeah, even they said that they didn't remember how they looked like
yeah,
originally because they powers started when more
they was
manifesting
in
back when they were in
pre-K.
pre-K. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
but I think it's gonna be the shawty with the blood bending powers.
yeah,
She could basically do the same thing that Victoria Numa was doing.
shapeshifter.
Yeah,
Cause the other dude passed away in real life.
Yep.
yeah.
Um,
Man.
yeah, the black dude. I
Yeah.
like him a lot too. I was really sad about that.
Yeah. My
But
thing
he
is,
passed away, so they probably just dip on his character. He probably there won't be a. I don't think there. It'll
no,
probably they
no.
won't do
What
a
they'll do is
replacement.
because remember they're probably gonna be running experiments on them underground, so they're probably gonna write him off saying that he went out
Died
being
during the
tested.
experiments.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the only way
Mm-hmm.
you could do it. You can't just say he wasn't there, or
Yeah.
you gotta write him off some way, or give him some like he tried to step in the way when they tried to grab somebody and they took him out, or some. It's got to be some valiant
Yeah.
reason why he got taken
Yeah.
out. Because you can't do him dirty. He was a very pinnacle part from season one, and he's
Right.
like an amazing young actor.
Yeah, I know. It was really sad. But that also gives I like that T because then that gives Mind Touch Shorty a reason to possibly come back to the good side. Cause that could be her breaking point knowing he died. They could write that into the story.
Yep.
Bloodbender, Starlight, A Train.
Story.
Yo, I'm telling you, Ashley got powers.
And I think she might join the good guys too. 'Cause
Ashley got powers. Yeah.
they
If
showed
that's the
that
case,
one
I think
picture
Ashley
of
gonna
her.
end up dying in the process.
Probably.
Sure, all of them gonna die. Every
pretty
single
sure she
one.
died. I'm pretty sure she died in
I think the only people that's gonna survive is gonna be Starlight, Huey, Kimiko, and Frenchie. That's my prediction.
And two characters from Gen V, honestly, because I'm pretty sure, like you said, they're gonna be in the
Yeah.
last one. Homegirl that bloodbends, and I think the shapeshifter will be the last one to be alive. I think her
Yeah.
friend that can get big or small, she's gonna end up getting clapped.
Yeah. Probably by the other Superboy.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all not peeping the reason that Butcher gonna sacrifice himself though. It's gonna be to protect all the boys.
No,
Not
they
to have a
dying.
nigga die.
It's the
No.
boys, bro. They're dying. They're
No.
dying.
I
They're
don't think Butcher gonna do
dying.
all. Butcher
That's
be
why I'm
going too far.
saying, bro. There, it's
Butcher
not
do be going too
no
far,
happy
but
stuff, Sage.
he's still gonna come through.
Sage gotta go,
He's
son.
gonna sacrifice himself.
It's not happy.
No, hold up. I know who takes Sage out.
Sage is gonna die. Absolutely.
The homegirl with the blood, she's gonna take her out. What only way? Because if you shoot her, her brain regenerates. Blow her head
Don't send
completely
it.
off.
Yeah.
That's the only way
Yeah.
that's gonna happen.
I mean, all you gotta do is really shoot her in the body. She's not impenetrable.
Nah, but I think it's like if you notice, all of the superheroes is durable. Like
Yeah.
durable.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't really feel like you could do it
Some
convenient.
of them aren't bulletproof. Like Sage isn't bulletproof. That's why the bullet went through her skull. He
Yeah, but
just
bro,
so
you get
that
shot
hit
in the
her
head,
the
even if
skull.
it's
Nah, because her brain regenerates at an obscene.
bro,
That's
the
why
blood loss would kill you. If she was a normal human, the blood loss would kill her.
she's most definitely not a normal human. But at the same time, she can still catch a couple bullets, and her ass is grass.
It'll probably be I'm with T. I can see it either being the blood chick or Maeve come back to take her out.
I vote Maeve.
Nah, I don't think Maeve takes out Sister Sage. It's going to be Homegirl that bloodbends. Cause that's the only way. Like, how can Maeve take her out? Really?
Punch her through the chest. Rob just said she could be shot with bullets.
But that's the thing.
Just
Like
punch a hole
Sage
in her
can't
chest.
fight. We know she cannot fight. So honestly, is not going to be so. They're not going to make it so simple that Maeve's just going to go in there, punch a hole in her chest, and call it a day.
The
They're going to.
boys.
I feel like they're going to set it up where Homegirl has to sneak up on her and just blow her head completely straight off, just like how Newman usually
Possibly.
did. That's the only way I can see that happening because I feel like Sage is going to be behind some impenetrable wall or something. And what better way? Poof! Head get blown clean off.
Yeah, you know what? Because I feel like you got to kind of look at it like matchups, and that might be the Bloodbender's best matchup is Sage. But
Because
if that's the case, then I feel like it's gonna be a blood match.
You know how Sage was breaking down Mother's Milk, saying, "Oh, your daughter did this, your daughter did that. Oh, your wife is this, your wife is that," and Mother Milk had a panic attack after he shot her. So think about it. Who had the most messed up background coming into JV?
Yeah,
She did.
that's true.
So she's gonna
Okay.
break, like literally break her down. I know you used your powers to kill your mom by accident. Even your
Yeah.
daddy. Now your sister don't love you no more. Now she's off at some. Now she's probably in here in the internment camp, and she don't even want to see you in the process. Boom, 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 and gonna hit her, piss her off. Boom.
Maeve probably gonna clean up Firecracker. No, that's gotta be Starlight.
Yeah, Starlight gonna.
Starlight's gotta be Starlight's
She gonna
person
light
gotta
her
be
clean up.
Firecracker.
Especially when like Firecracker. Nah, I feel like hear me out. I feel like the Starlight Firecracker fight is going to end like this. They're going to be going at it all hands. Starlight going to have the upper hand, and Starlight's going to tell her, "I apologize. Like I forgive." No,
She already apologized to her.
But I understand that, but they're going to have some type of dialogue. And what's going to actually kill Firecracker is those daggone drugs she was taking.
She not dying. She flipping.
No, the drugs was her titty milk.
Yeah, but remember what she said when Homelander told her to move down. It made her like very sick from taking all the drugs. I feel like it's going to have some long-term effects that's going to eventually kill her because she's constantly taking those drugs. And I feel like when she's fighting Starlight, it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight, all hands straight up, boom, 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 boom. It's going to get to a point. It's going to get to a point where Firecracker says, "Oh, I forgive you for all those things you said," and she's going to just die in the process.
See, I think I can see that, but at one point that I do want to update you on, her drugs was the milk.
I know it's for the milk.
No, she wasn't taking any drugs. When she was filling the bottles of milk up for Homelander, that she just referred to them as drugs, so the rest of the table didn't know that.
Okay,
that's what that was.
I got you. But remember when she first presented that she has that milk, she said there's some drugs that some people can take.
Yeah, she does take medicine in order to have
You're
her
right.
breast.
You're right.
And that's why he looked at. That's why when he looked at the milk, he was like, "Ah."
I stand corrected. You're right. You're right.
Move down.
She did have to take drugs to do the milk.
Because she said some drugs will have side effects. And she said, because pretty much she was doing, bro, why you keep stacking on the squat? So you doing 20 with me?
No.
Okay. No.
I think that I think that she is actually going to switch sides. Especially how Homelander was talking to her previously about her coughing and everything. She was doing all of that stuff for him. And the fact that this is the second time, if I'm not mistaken, that she was put in her place by Homelander, I don't think that that's going to last for too long. I think he has one more strike, and then Starlight is going to have a talk with her. Or they're going to initially have a talk, and then realize that Homelander is just a big piece of shit. And Starlight is actually the friend that she's been wanting, because that's what it looked like she wants. It's just a genuine friend.
Maybe. Then she poison her milk with that stuff? And then it fails, and Homelander kills her because he realizes she put them drugs in that.
At the point in time when niggas are actually fisticuffs. It's no more trying to plot or anything.
So she gonna go try and she not gonna step to Homelander.
Probably not, no, but she'll probably do something. Who knows? There's something that she could possibly do. Provide a diversion. That's all you need with that
That's
nigga.
true.
And
That's
you
true.
hit him in the right spot, hit him with the right power, then
She'll be like, come get this natural milk source. Then everybody
oh,
pull up while she got that
time to
thing
go,
out.
dog. I need to go to sleep.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
She could be like, Homelander, why did you don't need the bottle? Why don't you just come to mama? And then everybody
Yeah.
just bust in the room.
That'd be funny if
Then
they did
it's the
poison
boy,
him.
so you gotta think like wild. You can't think normal. You
Yeah.
can't think normal. Like the penis dude, his penis is probably gonna strangle him.
Oh God, don't.
It's
Wow,
look,
you gotta
it's
keep
the
bringing this up.
boys. It's the boys. It's not gonna be like. It's not gonna be like
Kimiko
appropriate.
going part of that 7-2, the good side of the 7-2.
Yeah, she gonna be on the team. I think y'all got the squad. Starlight, Kimiko, Maeve, A Train, Ashley. If
Depending on
I
what her
do want to
ability
say this,
is.
I think Ashley could just
Possibly Sister
stay
Sage.
with them.
No, it will not be Sister Sage. I cannot.
Nah,
I think it could.
No.
she Lex Luthor. They said her character is modeled off of Lex Luthor. She
Yeah.
gonna want to stay on the bad side.
Especially the fact that she said, "I wanted to do all this to see if I could." Nah,
Yeah.
son, she way too far gone to even try
And then she
to.
figured out she could. We not about to sit here and act like Sister Sage is not.
But
gonna
Sister
see.
Sage said, "I can't wait till you need me again. We will still be doing this. There's more work to be done."
Yeah.
You don't remember that before she said, "Here's the person that's ready to pledge his allegiance to you. That's gonna be the next president." Bruh, literally laid it out. She is not done doing
She
anything
wants to see
devious.
the world burn.
Aren't expecting a single one to do that all she want, but she has a blubbering idiot that she's working with that is a loose cannon. And that nigga will blow when he fucking wants to. And she can't see all of the possibilities or outcomes from this deranged psychopath character.
Was she cool if he killed her? She was bored by her life. She hated her life. So like now this is actually providing some level of excitement for her life.
Yeah.
And I
so
feel like
why
she
go
is
to the
going
good
to
side?
die in it. She is going to die in it. Like she rather die seeing
Because it offers
that
another challenge.
excitement. You said what?
It offers another challenge.
Nah, but I think you're
don't.
right. You could offer another. You could do that with one of the lesser characters. I think you could do that with one of the lesser characters before you had to do that with Sage, because I really do think she just loves this. Like she knows how crazy he is and how wild he is. Like just like she said when she was passing the phone over to him. Like, yeah, I mean, just a bump in the road, but I knew you would have your little Homelander moment. I just let you have it, and then I went to plan B and it's working fine and you're welcome. So like if he go and have another moment, she more inclined to just be like, all right, go do what you gonna do, go do your thing. But I don't think that that's gonna happen anymore with her, at least, because he probably feel like she is the one person he really can trust, and everything that she says ends up being right. So, or ends up going the way that he would want it to go, and he know he can't do that alone. So he probably won't piss her off anymore. I don't think that he will. He'll let her, he'll come to her if anything. If things are going south, he'll go to Sage and be like, help me get out of this. This is wild right now. And she's smart because, it was her character was, that whole scene was low key really, really smart. Because notice she first came in there with a balloon for Ryan. And that's something that I like, that kind of stuck with me, because I'm like, maybe next season, because he don't want to give up on Ryan ultimately, he might ask Sage to kind of use some of the manipulation. You know how you was talking about the manipulation with the bloodbender chick? She might use some of that manipulation with Ryan. Cause I do feel like after this, he gonna go back to his. I do feel like he going back to his dad. I do. I think I do. Part of that crazy is in him.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing I think Butcher kind of realized at the end, was like, oh yeah, this kid. Cause remember how he kept going back and forth with John Hamm in his head, and he was like, yo, the boy can't, like, he's gone, bro. You can do nothing about this boy. You can't do anything to help this boy. I think at the end, when Butcher snapped, that was what he realized. It's like, oh yeah, this I can't help this kid. He a lost cause. As much as he doesn't want to do that because of Rebecca, it's gone. That's why, like, him losing that boy, I don't even know that boy name. Ryan.
Ryan.
Him
Yeah.
losing Ryan was the last bit of him losing Rebecca. So you
Yep.
won't see any more flashbacks of Rebecca. It's only
Yes,
gonna be
we
John
will.
Hamm.
It's no reason Butcher went through all of this character development that they just gonna let his wife go by on the wayside. Since damn near
It's a
season
tragic
2,
show.
season 3, everything that Butcher has done has been mostly due to his wife's wishes. He hasn't killed Ryan already because of his wife's wishes. He hasn't committed a genocide against all soups because his friends are also supers as well. It's a reason why he has chosen to do all of these things.
It
And
won't be because of Ryan though.
in order for it to make sense is if he makes the ultimate sacrifice at the end. All of that shit would be in vain if even one of the boys members dies.
I give you the
All of that
boys.
shit.
I give you the boys. He loves the boys.
All of that shit.
No,
Even
I think
Ryan
that,
though.
nope.
Even
I
Ryan
think
though.
I think it's
Because
clips.
it's especially now, especially recently, after we just realized that he was doing some other nefarious things against Becca that we didn't know about, type of thing. So now he's obviously a loose cannon right now, but it's gonna be a point in time, and I'm letting y'all know it's gonna be Huey, because he's gonna be the closest one that's gonna be able to reach his heart. That's the only thing you need to do in order to get Butcher back, is to reach his heart. Make him think about all of this stuff, type of thing. He's gonna come back. He's gonna make the final sacrifice. Probably, supposedly in the Diabolical animated show that they have for the boys, a cancer patient actually went through the same thing that Butcher is going through right now, where she had the tentacles coming out of her chest and
Yeah.
everything like that. Eventually, the entire tumor left her body, but she still ended up having like multiple powers after that. So the same thing could happen with Butcher once he decides, yo, I don't want this anymore. Either he forcibly removes it or it just detaches itself from him. He can still have multiple powers with the last little bit of life that he has, and then be able to do enough damage to make it easier for Ryan to be able to. But Butcher needs to be there. Ryan needs to be there. Those are the only two people
Mm,
that could kill Homelander. There's nobody else. I don't think
I
a
think
virus is gonna
Ryan
be
is
able to do it.
going to die.
I think
I
Ryan's
think
gonna
that the
live.
butcher could potentially be the one to kill him. I think that he is
Way
not
in
going to
hell.
be on. He is not going to be able to honor Rebecca, so he is going to want to die. He's going to go on a suicide mission in regards to Homelander. Ryan is going to get caught up in the middle of that,
There's no
and
way.
he will do everything that he can to save the boys. Just like when he was in that hospital. When he was in the hospital, and he was like, I don't know, y'all. This, like, he was talking to Huey, and he like, I don't know, y'all. This might be it. Just let the boys know. Just let the boys know. Um, let them know. Like, I tried. Just finish the job. Like, I think his love, the only love that he has left in this world, is for the boys, and he is going to die trying to protect them. I'll give you that. But I think Ryan, I feel like after he killed Mallory, he snapped.
He might have snapped.
That feel with that piece of Rebecca that he was trying to hold on to, it just is gone.
He can still
It's
come back.
gone.
He can still come back. Since she passed away, she has not left this nigga's side. I'ma repeat it again. Since she passed away, she has not left this nigga's side. Despite him making some crazy decisions, despite him going behind his team's back, she has not left his side. All you need is the right person to knock on the correct door, and her ass is coming right the hell back. And it's going, you know, that's his soft spot. You
Is he
know that's
considered a
his soft
super
spot.
now?
Huh?
Is he considered a super now?
Basically.
I think that the doctor gonna kill him then.
The doctor's
I
gonna
think the
kill who?
doctor. I think the doctor gonna kill him as revenge for killing his wife. He gonna make another one. He gonna cook one of them. It's gonna be tragic, bro. Like he gonna kill Homelander, and right after he kill Homelander, the doctor just stab him with that virus. It's gonna be. It's that's the thing, bro. I think it's not. There's not gonna be a happy ending, cause it's just the. It's not. That's the boys. The boys is not happy. Nothing is happy about this show. Nothing is happy about the comic book. Everything ends tragically. And both, everything ends tragically. The show started. If it started tragically, the comic book started tragically, and the comic book ended tragically. And the show is going to, in my opinion, I think the show is going to do the exact same thing. There's no happiness. The happiness that you will get, I think, will be just like the show. It's going to be, or just like the comic, it's going to be Annie and Huey have they happy ever after. And then Frenchie and Kimiko are going to have their happy ever after. Any other characters that's added in that, sure, you could pick whoever you think that's going to be. You think it's Mother's Milk? Yeah, okay, maybe it's Mother's Milk and they go different than the comic book. I don't think that. I think Mother's Milk got a death wish. I just think that's he got flags to me. He just got death flags to me, and he died in the comic. And I know they aren't following the comic, but I think you could make a very good emotional storytelling death with him that they will probably utilize.
I don't feel that they kill Mother's Milk for the simple fact that he's trying to get back to his family.
Exactly why you kill him, because it's a tragic show, and the one thing that he want in the end he will not get.
If they killing any of the niggas, they killing A Train.
A Train dying. A Train dying. Yeah, I'll give you that.
They killing A Train.
Maeve is dying. A Train is dying. Black Noir is dying. The fish dude, the deep, he should die. He should die.
No redemption.
He gotta go.
He got that.
I really don't see there being a lot of people in this series though that live to the very end. I really don't. If you told me it was just Huey and that was it, I would be like, I didn't think it would go that deep, but okay, I believe you. Yeah, like it's a tragic. This isn't Superman. This isn't Teen Titans. This isn't Avengers. This is not that. It's not that they. That's the whole point of the boys, is that it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be like the dark side of all of those things. So I don't see. You can't think it's gonna be an ending like Avengers Endgame, where it's just Tony Stark making some grand sacrifice so everybody else could live. No, it's gonna be deaths. It's gonna be tragedies. That, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. I feel like it would be going against. I feel like it would be going against the boys to have a happy ending. I don't know though. Hopefully you're right. I mean, I like a lot of the characters. I like Mother's Milk. I don't want him to die. I just think he's gonna die.
It looks like they did.
I like Maeve. I really like Maeve. I was kind of pissed we haven't seen her in a long time. I like the character of Maeve. I don't want her to die.
Well,
I know she's gonna die.
It's only right that we haven't seen May because she said she wanted to have that time to, like, to herself and not have to worry about anything that's going on. And my thing is this: have you noticed how political this has gotten though?
Yeah,
January
it does
6th,
have like a
how
yeah.
that was a big date for that scene, for all that to happen. Like it feels like watching.
I don't love that.
That's the only thing. Like, yeah, I get it. You're trying to keep up with everything that's going on, thinking that's going to give numbers, but how do I say it? It was cool the way they flipped it the way they did, but sometimes it's like just you.
No, but they stuck to their word, T. That's why we can't be too mad at it,
Yeah.
because they said from the very beginning that this version of the boys was going to be like a parallel to our actual world.
Yeah.
So you like, as much as I don't like it, it's not like they didn't tell us that this was going to be the case. Like, it's if anything that's happening in 2025 and in 2026, those themes will be in the show. No matter how our political structure goes, anything, like no matter how all of that goes off. If anything, honestly, honestly, depending on how this election go in our real life, it's probably going to mirror what Homelander does.
Yep.
Depending, like that, however that goes, that's you could pretty much say you got a preview to how Homelander is going to be. So it's weird. I don't know. That's the thing about it, is it's unique and it's meant to parallel our world. So it's like it makes the show good, but then it also makes you a little nervous at times.
You just don't even know.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right then. I feel like we all generally had a great consensus on this season. Very interested to see how they end out Gen V season 2 as well as The Boys season 5. I think we're gonna end off on that note. I'm not gonna lie. We're getting on that 2 minute marker. My eyes is hurting. I almost fell asleep. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, is Unc Rob up in the building right now? But thank y'all again. Week 31. We shall be having probably some highlights dropping from DreamCon. Some of the interviews that we have, some more content for DreamCon as well. Probably a midweek Deadpool versus Wolverine review as well with all the guys and everything like that. So tap in this week, starting from Thursday all the way to Monday. Keep in tune with our socials. Keep in tune with the Twitch. Keep in tune with the Discord. All of these things right in the chat right now. We appreciate again T Smooth 24 for bringing us on this platform. Smooth Entertainment, twitch.tv/Smooth Entertainment without the E, exactly how you see it spelled out right there. Chef D, as always, for stopping by. Krako's Corner, as well as tap into his podcast on all podcasting platforms. Krako's Corner, exactly as you see it. He talks about all sorts of different topics, as well as anime, mental maintenance, as well as history as well. So appreciate y'all again. Let's get lit for DreamCon.
Yes, sir.